Wild orcas have developed fads. These come and go just like they do in humans. Perhaps one of the more unusual fads to take off was in 1987. A female who belonged to a pod in the Puget Sound area of the Northeast Pacific swam around with a dead salmon on her head. It was quite peculiar, but it appeared that she was having fun. Surprisingly, the behavior spread throughout the pod and into two neighboring pods over the course of 5 or 6 weeks. That fad disappeared just as quickly as it had. Scientists thought that it was entirely possible. What had started with a rise in the number of orca boat interactions. The orcas had discovered something entertaining and something fun to do with the boats that were passing through their waters. All of a sudden, the scientists were painting the orcas as being playful rather than being aggressive, and that changed everyone's perspective on it. It is well known that orcas enjoy the sensation of the propeller wash. They often follow boats, swimming just behind them with their snouts just feet from the spinning propeller. This is known as prop watching. The investigation team thought that one of the orcas got overexcited, most likely a youngster, and bashed into a rudder whilst enjoying the propeller wash. When the rudder came away, it was like some kind of reward, and that's all they needed to repeat the behavior. But that's not all. During their investigation, the team found a promising reason for the orca's playfulness. The pod appeared to be healthy, have access to lots of food, and contain a significant number of juveniles. All in all, the orcas were thriving, and because of that, they had more time to play and socialize. They weren't constantly struggling to survive, spending all their time hunting for fish. Instead, they were spending their spare time having fun, and what better way to do that than bash into boat rudders? However, to people who owned the boats that were under threat, the behavior didn't look like fun. It looked quite menacing. But that's something orcas are known for. They certainly play rough. Another fad behavior learned from other orcas involves porpoises. The southern resident killer whale population of Washington, USA, play with porpoises in the heart of death, knowing that the rudder-damaging behavior is playful and is likely to make it any easier for boat owners. But it is good to know that there is no aggression behind it. So, what do the scientists recommend for anyone venturing out in a boat off the Iberian Peninsula? The teenage behavior is clearly damaging to boats, but the orcas are only doing it because the props and rudders look interesting to them. They get a buzz out of doing it. So, if there was a way of making the boats less interesting, then that might deter them. Scientists have just trialed a method which involved making boat propellers abrasive and bumpy in the hope of deterring the killer whales. Whilst this